Hey there people, how's it going? Hopefully this is going to be a short video. What's happening in the UK? Bloody hell. I mean, it really is, or has been thrown into 1984, hasn't it? Draconian measures. Keir Starmer, he's really throwing the book at anybody who wants to express their freedom of speech on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, well, almost anything that he deems as inciting some kind of violence or hurty feelings. He wants to jail people, and there's going to be a lot of anchors on Talk TV, Talk Radio, and GB News that are going to be in the frame. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, the British state, the police, are even setting their eyes on him. And let's face it, people with cameras, everyone's got one now, they're walking around with their mobile phones and they're filming stuff in real time. But the government is telling you, basically, you're not to trust what you see. Don't believe your eyes. Only believe what we tell you what's happening. And when they say that, what they mean is only believe what you read in the government-controlled media. And the printed press, the BBC, Channel 4, Sky News. That's what they're telling you to do. Only believe what our people tell you is the truth, not what you actually see in real-time videos. People are being arrested right across the board. My part of the world, a lady from just outside Chester, on the Cheshire side, got arrested, 55 years old, for, mistakenly, you can't blame her, mistakenly printing the wrong name on Twitter, saying it was this person who did the thing in Southport. And she'd been picked up by the police, and I dare say she'd be looking at jail time. And many people have been jailed already for these demonstrations, protests, riots that were in Southport just a few weeks back. And some of them got 3 years. 3 years? It's just incredible. And yet you got, like in Croydon the other day, South London more or less, Croydon is, it's all within the boundaries of the M25. You had hundreds of people of a certain religious persuasion running down the streets, terrorising everybody, looking for white men mostly white men, to beat the crap out of, with weapons, and the police nowhere to be seen. Same in Birmingham last week, and just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you wonder. Starmer, is he making these decisions? Obviously he's making these decisions, but is he being told what to do? Has he been installed by, dare I say it, the WEF to carry out what he's doing, to carry out and make Britain the first to fall in the world? And other countries will say, oh, well, that looks like a good idea. As you know, I'm in New Zealand. And the opposite side of the world, the government here, a national government, there's no difference between National Labour here. They could say, well, that's a good idea. We'll copy Britain because it works there. No, they want to strip us of our freedoms. Freedom of speech and, cancel people. Destroy people's lives. They can't really do that much to me. They've already done it to me 3 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? Yeah, three odd years ago. So, yeah. But there's other people going to be destroyed. Yes, there are a hooligan element to these protests turned to riots. I seen a clip yesterday in Middlesbrough, and it was awful to see. This lad was filming, and these people walking down the street in Middlesbrough, and they were trashing cars, smashing windows in cars and things like that, smashing windows in houses. And oh my God, why the fuck are you doing that? These are people of your own community. Why are you smashing their cars and their homes and trashing the place? It's your own community. I can't understand that mentality. I know they're young kids, young lads, and they're just looking for trouble, whatever. But it just looks bad. It looks bad, and And you're just feeding the beast. You're feeding the beast of Keir Starmer and his government, and the people who want to censor everybody and call everybody far right white supremacists and Islamophobic, and you're just feeding the beast by doing that. People of Britain, you've really got to work smarter than what you're doing. You really have. Especially them on the streets. The leaders of these protests, you've got to get these young lads in order. It's not about trashing, smashing, burning and looting. You're trying to raise an issue that concerns everybody in Britain. The mass, beyond mass, influx, if you want, invasion. And it is an invasion. The population of Birmingham coming in every 2 years. 1.5 million coming in every 2 years, of mostly fighting age young men. And the government and the media, academia, they think it's marvellous. Oh, it's marvellous. You know what? They don't live in their areas, do they? They don't live in their areas. The people that are fully supportive of all this, the middle classes and, these London elites, they don't have to suffer the consequences. These people flood in and they go to the poorer towns and the cities, the poorer areas of London and Birmingham and, Blackburn and Bradford and Sheffield and Leeds and Liverpool and Bristol. It's them who have to suffer. And all the smaller towns of Yorkshire and Lancashire, it's them that suffer. The government don't give a shit. Tory nor Labour, they don't give a shit. Because they're being controlled by somebody else. Someone said to me the other day, and it makes perfect sense, this has come from somewhere else, and I dare say this will be censored. I said in a video a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, that civil war is coming to Britain. And funny enough, purely coincidentally, I'm sure, Elon Musk came out and said more or less the same words just a few days later. Elon Musk being the richest man in the world, and is he right? I watched David Starkey say, no, it's impossible because Britain aren't armed. So you more or less can't have a civil war. I spoke to a person the other day about this, and this person said to me, he said, okay, Britain is disarmed, and logically a civil war can't be fought between two sides. But who's to say the people that are flooded into Britain and who have been largely ignored and given carte blanche to do whatever they want because, well, the police don't tackle them. Remember the rape gangs up and down the country? The police don't tackle them, they don't investigate them, they don't do anything because they're of a particular religious faith, if you like. Faith, I'll use that word loosely. This bloke says to me, he believes they are fully armed. They are fully armed and have access to weapons. And I'm not talking knives and machetes. I'm talking the real McCoy. Probably underneath the places where they worship. Shipping containers, warehouses, up and down the land. In every major city and town up and down the land. And I was taken aback by this, and I thought, my God. And he went on. And he said, he believes they're just waiting for the signal. Waiting for the signal, and in one synchronized explosion, pardon the pun, they will just go to their places where all these weapons of war are, collect their weapons of choice and pour out into the streets of our major cities, and the police wouldn't stand a chance. Take out the police stations, take out the military barracks, because that's easy, and take out the local government buildings, take them all, and it's horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. And they could achieve this within hours in our major cities and towns, and Britain could fall within hours. Because he believes that the weapons are already in the country, but they're all stacked on one side. And the Brits, native Brits, all they've got to rely on is the police and the military, who are largely now on the other side, back in the other side. Now, take of what I just said with a pinch of salt. I'm not saying this bloke is right. I'm just saying what he said to me. And it just made me think, and I thought, we had a good discussion. There was 4 of us there in that discussion. And when he said this, we're all thinking, that could really happen. That could really happen. It's just scary. And the government are protecting them. They are protecting them. And not only protecting them, but they're flooding hundreds of thousands more in every year. Young fighting age men. I don't mean to scare you or alarm you. It might not be true. Probably isn't true. But there's just that chance. There's just that chance that could happen. And it sounds like a nightmarish, Kafkaesque dystopian novel. You might say, oh, they can't take the military barracks, blah, blah, blah. They can't do that because the military got guns. They don't carry their weapons around on the military barracks. They're all in the armoury. They probably couldn't get there quick enough. Okay. That was a disturbing video to actually make, to even say. Scary times, very scary times in the UK. And now people are being locked up for telling the truth. Starmer has to go. Something has to give. And what that bloke said to me just the other day. If the situation that he said happens, then Britain's finished forever. It's finished forever. Because no one is going to come to Britain's rescue. No one. Everything will be finished. Our history will be wiped and Britain will become an Islamic state, like the Vice President said of the United States jokingly just a few weeks back. And they'll have access to nuclear weapons, access to our navy, all our military equipment, our riches. They'll have access to everything. They'll take it all. And our governments over many, many decades, starting mostly with Tony Blair, who really speeded it up in 1997, are guilty because they knew that this could possibly happen. Okay, that's my video. That was hard to say. Think about it. This is Cross the Rubicon. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Give me an uptick. Share this video everywhere. See you later.